Today's game first for the Wildcats. Number 1, Campbell Whitewash. Number 2, Nathan Machine. Number 15, Ethan Smith. Number 23, Jalen Benson Holiday. And number 24, Jaden Barnes. The Wildcats are coached by Mark Slade.
Well, welcome back to the Davis Fieldhouse on the campus of Bob Jones University. We're live for a Saturday edition of Bruins basketball. Hey, folks, Johnny Gamet behind the mic as the Bruins welcome Johnson and Wales University. The Bruins coming in to this matchup after their first victory of the season and a Tuesday win over Brevard College. This will be the 16th matchup between the Wildcats and the Bruins. Bruins owning a 8-7 record against Johnson and Wales all time, but they're going to be in for a tough contest today as Johnson comes in at 2-1 on the season. They had their perfect season snapped, I should say, early stages of a basketball season, but the Wildcats opened the 23-24 season with back-to-back wins over to United International College and Methodist University before following to UVA Wise on Wednesday. As I said, the Bruins opened the season with back-to-back losses, but came away with their first victory on Tuesday. You heard the starters just moments ago. For the Bruins, it's Eli Couples, Trevor Brunson, Shad Vanderhart, Devin Pope, and Kenny Garrick are your starting five for the Bruins. Nice pass inside, and that'll start the scoring for the Bruins as Vanderhart gets the opening bucket for BJU. This is Woolridge met by Couples. We'll give it back to Machida at the top of the key. Bruins in a 2-3 zone defensively. Swing pass far side to Mars. Now back to the top of the key. Trying to create some space. Got 8 on the shot clock now. Good defense as Vanderhart comes up with the steal. Coming back the other way. He'll do the finger rolling in. So Vanderhart with back-to-back buckets. And the Bruins have a 4-0 lead in the early goings here the first half. We'll take this opportunity as well to wish best of luck to our women's soccer and women's volleyball teams who are both playing for the national title today. The women's soccer team in Florida and the women's volleyball team in Missouri. Be sure to check out the Bruins website for up-to-date information on those games and results. Eli Couples, good to see him back in Bruins colors this season. This one's stolen away. Wildcats coming back the other way. This is Hollenhead who goes up, and there's going to be a foul. I believe that's on Vanderhart. It is his first team first foul of the as well. Probably noticing the fan base a little sparse here in the Davis Fieldhouse. It is Thanksgiving break for Bob Jones University, so as many would guess, once those final classes let out yesterday, it was a mad rush off of campus. So crowd a little bit sparse today, but we'll have the game for you here for those of you tuning into the webcast. We're all knotted back up 4 apiece. Bruins and Wildcats in a midday Saturday contest. Bruins getting into their offensive rhythm. Vanderhart gets it back, hands this one off to Brunson. Little pump fake back to Couples. 8 on the shot clock. Not a whole lot of space inside. Couples kicks it back out. Pope will take the three-pointer, and it goes in and out. Not getting the home bounce that time. And back come the Wildcats. Inside, Hollenhead able to take the nice pass high and is able to convert even though he had a lot of bodies around him. This is Devin Pope, hands it off to Couples, who loses possession again. Kenny Garrick gets it back. Garrick through the lane, soft touch. Finds the bottom of the net. Bruins applying some full court pressure. The Wildcats break it. Good hands that time by Kenny Garrick to interrupt the passing lane. As Hollenhead had a wide open baseline. Good job by Garrick to get those hands up. Couples hands this one off to Vanderhart, who goes back to Brunson. Takes a step back three-pointer on the way off the back iron. No good as Hollenhead secures the rebound. Three and a half minutes into the contest. We're all knotted up at 6 here. Last year's meeting between the two teams, the Bruins were able to come away with a victory in that one. Henry Blair and Stephon Hughley, both the leading scorers. Both of those guys not on the roster this year. And that's, I tell you, if there's one thing about college sports that you don't particularly like, it's that college is educational. And these guys go on to careers and graduation and those kinds of things. But, man, I know this roster misses having those guys in the lineup. But credit to Coach Uaro and Coach Miller and the coaching staff as they've been able to bring in some talented recruits. And that's the name of the game, just bringing in guys who can continue to fill those holes left by upperclassmen. As we're going to have a foul called here on the Wildcats. It's Kendall Woolridge, excuse me if I could speak. His first team foul for the Wildcats. Hayes Brush, who just checked in. Eli Couples, soft touch on the way. Splash Mountain, and he gets the ball to go in for three. 9-6. Bruins, they opened up with back-to-back buckets. But Johnson and Wales fought their way back into it. Bruins with a three-point advantage here. Three-pointer on the outside, in and out. Brush will secure the rebound. Up to Kenny Garrett. Dribbling through the lane, back to Couples. Drives to his right, absorbs the contact. Doesn't go, and no foul. Back come the Wildcats, 3-on-2. Through the lane. And nice block by Camden Gerhardt. Garrick back to Brush. Reverse layup up and in. Defense fueling offense. Timeout for the Wildcats. Chick-fil-A of Taylor's is a proud partner of your BJU Bruins. They're located just a few miles from Bob Jones on Wade Hampton Boulevard. Check them out today. Or you can download the Chick-fil-A app to start earning points. As I mentioned, Bruins coming into this one at 1-2 on the season. Had a tough weekend in Tennessee to open the season as they dropped back-to-back losses to Sewanee and Wittenberg University. But great job by the Bruins, particularly on Tuesday night in their home opener. Just some really great team basketball as they were able to lead by, I believe, as much as 28 at one point in the game. Brevard College was able to claw their way back into it. Bruins still coming away with an 19-point victory. But you love to get some momentum back. It's really easy, especially in the early stages of the season, when you drop a couple of games to really get discouraged. So credit the Bruins by battling back, and they hope to add another tally to the win column here today as they face Johnson and Wales University, currently at 11-6. Advantage for the Bruins as we're just about 5 minutes into the first half here. And the Bruins have some road matchups coming up here, a couple of exhibition games before they're back home on December 8th as they welcome Regent University. Sure to tune into the Bruins website for all that information. Cross-court pass to Machida. Inside. Looking across, Hollandhead. And again, they've been looking at that for a couple of different offensive sequences. That time able to find it as Hollandhead slams it down. And the Wildcats are hoping that sparks a little bit of momentum. Couples, little hesitation. Pulls it back out. Brush inside to Gerhardt. Back inside to Brush. Brush gets that one blocked. And back come the Wildcats. Opportunity to perhaps tie the game here. Swing pass across. Now back to the top of the key is Lawson. Back to the corner. That one blocked by Hayes Brush on the floor, and the Bruins will secure it. Good effort that time by Brandon Wilkins, who gave the effort to give the Bruins the ball. Brush back outside. Wilkins again, and they're going to call a travel. That foot moved a little bit before the ball hit the floor. And it'll result in a turnover for the Bruins. Ball goes back to the Wildcats. Pass in, and it's 11-10. Good mid-range jumper there by Cameron Lawson. Couples. Back to Brush on the outside, driving baseline, floater on the way, and Hayes Brush gets it to go. Poked from behind. Kenny Garrick now loses possession. Wilkins comes up with it. And it will stay Bruins possession. Brunson checking back in. Vanderhart also coming in. Caleb Owens coming in for the Bruins as Gerhardt and Garrick go out. This one handed off by Couples. Finds Wilkins in the corner. Drives baseline. Kicks this one back out. Eli Couples for three. That went off the back iron, no good. I mentioned before, Eli Couples back in the lineup on the roster this year. And a lot of people who couldn't forget in his freshman campaign when he, I think, dropped 35 against Pensacola. I think he hit something like 6 or 7 threes in that game. So I'm telling you, that guy's shooting hand gets hot. You better watch out because Couples can put up some bunches very, very quickly. We're going to have a foul called here on Cameron Lawson, his first, team second. So relatively whistle-free half thus far for both of these teams. It's just 3 combined fouls called in just over 7 minutes of play. Couples hits the 3 and takes the contact. Potential 4-point play coming up. Good concentration by Eli Couples as he had the presence of mind to complete the flow of his shot. And again, when you have a defender rushing on, you have a tendency to tense up ever so slightly, and that can affect the trajectory of the shot. So good job there completing the 4-point play. 17-10, Bruins in the lead. This one driving baseline. And we're going to have a foul called. Monster put back that time by Hollenhead, but foul before the play. Lawson will go to the line, and that's going to be the first one on Caleb Owens, team second. So after I said relatively whistle-free, we've had back-to-back possessions with fouls. That's what we call jinxing it there, folks. Lawson able to hit the first. Substitution coming in for the Wildcats is Brandon Summers. Gets his first action of the afternoon. Second one is up and out as Haysbrush will sky for the rebound. Wilkins able to wrestle it away. Wilkins, little hesitation. Fade away on the way, and he gets the soft roll. And Wilkins adds his first points to the scoring sheet for the day. Under 12 minutes to go here in the first half. Bruins picked up their first win of the season on Tuesday, hoping to make it 2. Here in their second home game of the season. Little pump fake, we're going to have a travel. And that'll take us to our first media timeout of the afternoon. FCI Agency is an insurance broker that provides auto, home, life, and business insurance. You have enough choices to make, so make one that always gives you the best rate. You can check them out online at fcisc.com. 19-11, 11:32 left to go here in this first half. Johnny Gamer bringing you the action here as the Bruins welcoming Johnson & Wales University out of Charlotte, North Carolina. The 16th matchup between these two teams. The Bruins own an 8-7 record in those contests. Longest winning streak between the two was the Bruins having a 4-game winning streak in this series, but Bruins only getting one victory over Johnson last season. That was the only matchup the two teams faced. Pope across to Brunson. Looks like all starters, with the exception of Owens, back in for the Bruins. Couples has this one poked away. Wildcats have done a good job pressuring at the top of the key. That one blocked by Brunson initially, and I think they're going to get him on the body in terms of the foul, because it looked like a pretty clean block, but perhaps that secondary arm contact is what resulted in the foul. It's Brunson's first, team third for the Bruins. Snipes and Gerhardt in for the Bruins as Brush and Owens go out. (19-13) as Wildcats applying a little bit more full court man-to-man pressure. And again, they've really done a good job at creating some pressure for Couples right when he gets the ball past half court, really at the top of the key. Good job by Pope. A little soft touch, rattles and drops. Devin Pope, one of the newcomers for the Bruins this year. And it's one thing that Coach Uaro and the staff have done a great job is being able to bring in those guys, those transfer students who can come in and really make an impact on the program almost from day one. Because there's one thing in college sports that you can't replicate, and it is experience. A lot of these guys at the high school level come from programs where they're used to maybe being the guy or one of the guys. And when you get to the college level, you realize that you're one of a lot of guys who have made it to this level, even a level like NCCAA action, or in Johnson & Wales' case, the NJCAA. As Pope steps back and hits the three. 24-16 is our score. Lawson trying to match, and will, as Cameron Lawson knocks down another bucket. Gerhardt back to Couples. Back inside. Gerhardt trying to go up off the glass, and a lot of contact that time. And Gerhardt will go to the line. Foul is going to be called on Brandon Summers, his first, team fourth for the Wildcats. As Gerhardt able to hit the first. We'll see Pouncey see his first action of the contest for the Bruins as Couples goes out. Second one from Gerhardt is on the way and good. 26-18 with 9:22 to go here in this opening half. Bruins jumped out to an early lead. But credit the Wildcats, they came all the way back, and it was really Eli Couples' 4-point play just a couple of minutes ago that sparked a short rally for the Bruins as Pope has hit a three and got back-to-back baskets as well. Snipes. Back to Pope, back to Snipes. Little hesitation, and they're going to call a moving screen here on Devin Pope. I'm not sure I agree with that one, as Pope had kind of gone to set the screen, and what happened is he had two Wildcats players who just frankly ran into each other, and it was kind of a nasty collision, but Devin Pope didn't really do anything to warrant the collision, at least from my angle. Now, I will say the refs are much closer than I am in my vantage point up here. Pope diving to try to keep that one in play out of bounds. That will be the first foul on Pope, by the way, in that last sequence. Fourth team foul for the Bruins as we got another sub for the Wildcats as Hollandhead re-enters the game. Lawson. And we're going to actually have a travel before the turnover. So either way, going to result in a turnover for the Wildcats. (26-18) with 8.5 to go here in this first half. Pouncey. Back to Snipes. Snipes has that one poked away. Back on the Wildcats, 3-on-1. Lawson going to take it himself with the left hand. Kisses it off the glass. Back to a 6-point game, but back come the Bruins as Snipes fade away. That one blocked by Hollandhead again. Jalen Benson, Hollandhead. It says 6'8" on the stat sheet here in front of me, or the roster sheet. But with that wingspan, I'm telling you, that is a tough player to shoot around. Pope. Nice soft touch off the glass. Devin Pope with another basket. Bruins maintain an 8-point lead here with under 8 to go in the first half. Good block from Pope from behind and then saved it from going out of bounds. Brunson back across to Pouncey. Snipes from the corner. That went off the back iron. Gearhart couldn't corral it, so here comes the Wildcats back again. Lawson, top of the key, 3. Got it. Cuts it back to a 5-point game with under 7 to go in this first half. Brunson. And again, credit the Wildcats. They're doing a great job of forcing the Bruins into tough sequences as they're trying to drive through the lane. And how about that play that time by Nathan Machida? Gearhart had that one poked away a little bit. No doubt at halftime that's going to be something that Coach Uaro and the coaching staff address is really just that securing the basketball. And again, it's not reaching. They're doing an excellent job of not making that contact as you're going through the lane and being able to disrupt the ball handler by just making it uncomfortable enough, which has resulted in a lot of turnovers for the Bruins here in the last few minutes. It's 28-25, one-possession game. 6:03 left to go here in the first half. Stay with us. (28-25). Bruins on top of the Wildcats here in the first half. Bruins looking to pick up their second win of the season. As we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, Bruins came into the season with back-to-back losses, but picked up their first win on Tuesday over Brevard College, right here in the Davis Fieldhouse. For the Wildcats, it was almost a flipped script, as they opened the season with 2 wins, but had their first loss of the season on Wednesday. It's going to be the second foul on Brunson, and so Coach Yu quickly taking him back out with 5:50 left. I think that's probably a good call. You don't want to risk Brunson picking up that third foul in the late stages of this first half. That one poked away. Pouncey on a 1-on-2 takes it himself softly up off the glass. Kostas Pouncey with the kiss, and the Bruins with a 5-point lead once again. And now Pouncey pickpockets. He's coming back the other way and going to get fouled in the process by Lawson. Good series there for Kostas Pouncey, the junior guard, as he drove through the lane and absorbed a lot of contact. Almost could have been an and one, and then very quickly the Wildcats came back, didn't pick up Pouncey as he was coming from the opposite baseline, and he just came right behind the ball handler and poked it away. Bruins get it back here. Pouncey inside. Dylan Harris, his first action of the contest, takes the baseline jumper, no good. Again, Pouncey trying to poke it out. Wildcats go inside, outside, back to the top of the key. Almost a carry there, corner. Back to the top of the key. 10 seconds, and Hollenhead, good ball movement that time by the Wildcats. Again, that inside out, able to get into a high percentage situation where Hollenhead had it on the baseline, and we already talked about his efficiency inside for the Wildcats. I am not sure what we got here. Oh, the shot clock. A little stoppage in play there. It's 30-27, Bruins with a 3-point lead. They have been able to essentially maintain the upper hand throughout this first half. I don't have the running score in front of me, but I believe the Bruins have led the entirety of the game except for the last time it was tied 4-4. Kenny Garrick back outside. Couples, quick three off the front iron, no good. Wildcats coming back in transition. Couples pokes it away. Couples gives it off. Up off the glass, and we're going to have a blocking foul. Send Eanes to the line. And that foul is going to be called on Jalen Benson Hollenhead, as he got there just a tad late. Eanes, a freshman from Hilton Head, South Carolina. Just over 4 minutes to go here in the opening half. Second one is good. And this one thrown away. Lawson able to corral it before it goes out of bounds. Good offensive rebound by the Wildcats, and we're going to have a reach-in foul, I believe, on Harris. And that is going to be on Harris, his first team foul, number 6. Both teams will be in the bonus. The remainder of this 3:45 of the first half. 31-27, and that will take us to our next media timeout. Stay with us. Close one here at the Fieldhouse. .345 left to go here in the opening half. Johnny Gammett bringing you the action here as the Wildcats and Bruins back and forth in what has been a really close game. Holland Head once again in close. And again, the Bruins have not been able to really find an answer for Holland Head inside. Cut back to a 2-point game, 31-29. Couples thought about it there for a second. Back to Brush, top of the key, back to Pouncey now. Little hesitation through the lane, trying to find Gearhart, and again, Wildcats able to come up with a steal. Pushing it back in transition. And Brush comes away with this one. Now the Bruins will get back into their offensive sequence here. That one poked away. Brush, he'll take the three and knocks it down from the top of the key. Hayes Brush. And again, this is what has happened so far in the first half. The Bruins have done this several times where the Wildcats will come back and the Bruins will come up with a big bucket or a big series of buckets to maintain that advantage. It's back to a 5-point game. Lawson creating some space. Now back in the corner. He'll take the three. Off the front iron, no good. Couples thought about sparking the fast break there for a second. Pouncey in the corner for Brush. Little hesitation. Has that one poked away. Back to Pouncey. And that's going to go off of Pouncey last. And it'll be a turnover back to the Wildcats. Substitutions coming in for Johnson and Wales. Bruins applying some pressure right at the top. Back inside. And that's going to be an easy bucket. Unfortunately, that's the risk reward that you take when you apply that pressure where you're double teaming at half court. It does tend to leave somebody wide open. And the Wildcats able to find it that time. Brush. Back outside. Garrick, spot up three. In and out. 1:35 and counting here in the opening half. Lawson lost his dribble momentarily, gets it back. Bruins hoping they can close out this first half strong. Couples, I think, going to be called on the reach in here. And Couples arguing that, again, especially at the NBA level, they really have made an effort to limit flopping. And not necessarily what I feel like Wooldridge did on that play. But it really is, again, for fans of basketball, it's one of those things that you don't want to see take over the game, especially at the NBA level and trickling its way on down. Certainly fouls need to be called fouls, but regardless, it's Couples first, and as I said, Bruins will be sending the Wildcats to the free throw line every time after this. Gerhardt was hoping for a reach-in call there, and 34-33, Wildcats have an opportunity to take the lead here with this possession inside. Back to Lawson. His shot on the way, no good. Rebound, no good, and we're going to have a foul called. The question is on who? It looks like on Gerhardt, and Gerhardt is not really happy about it, especially with the sequence that he had down here on the offensive end for the Bruins. You could almost hear the slap of the wrist from up here in the broadcast booth. That one not called, but Summers will go to the line. I was going to say, actually, we should have had, no, it was a shooting foul. They did call it a shooting foul. I was going to say, it should have been a 1-on-1, but on the shooting foul, that negates, and second shot on the way, and I think that's why you saw all the players kind of breaking from the formation of a free throw, because they thought it was a 1-on-1 too. Kenny Garrick from the corner, got it to go. Garrick hits the big three, and again, the Bruins have done a great job at answering back after the Wildcat run, 37-34. Timeout. .34 seconds remaining before halftime. Bruins maintaining the one-possession lead. Lawson met by Couples, drives around him, now pulls it back out. Couples gets screened, and now not really many places to go. Back across, Ethan Smith hanging and gets it to go. What a tough shot. And I think we're going to have a stoppage of play and a warning here, as I believe, yes, it was Brandon Summers who kind of knocked the ball out of bounds, which is what's called a delay of game, and it's a warning the first time, a technical the second time. How about Eli Couples going right at Summers? What a way to end the half. Good job by Couples, going coast to coast, sensing how much time was left on the clock. And that'll take us to the halftime break. Bruins on top, 39-36. Second half action from the Davis Fieldhouse will be coming up. Stay with us. Back underway here at the Davis Fieldhouse. Second half action about to begin as the Bruins and Wildcats taking the floor. Bruins with a nice sequence to close out that first half. Eli Couples went coast to coast to bank home the layup to give the Bruins a 3-point lead. Johnny Gamer bringing you the action here as Bruins looking for their second win of the season. They picked up their first on Tuesday in a win over Brevard College. They certainly have had to grind for this one, though. They led a majority of that first half, but the Wildcats would never let the Bruins pull away. Nice block that time on the floor. Hollandhead not able to get it, and it's going to stay Wildcats' possession here as the last went off Kenny Garrick. Hollandhead, big fella taking a three from outside, and we're going to have a foul here on Gearhart. So Machida was able to corral the offensive rebound on that one. Second one on Gearhart, first team foul for the Bruins here in the second half. And head back up top. Woolridge takes the mid-range jumper, no good. Couples. Back ahead to Pope. Now to Brunson. Pope. Try to go back to Gerhardt. 2-on-1 here for the Wildcats. Back to Smith. And that's going to be an and one. Brunson got caught off the ground, and unfortunately, there's not much you can do as a defensive player when that happens. Third foul on Brunson, and I wonder if Coach U is going to roll the dice here and let him stay in the game, understanding that he's probably got a pretty short leash. You don't want him to pick up that fourth foul. Gerhardt hands this one off to Brunson. We have an awful ball foul here. This one going to be called a Machida. His first, team first here in the second half. Didn't really see that sequence develop, but Garrick will take the mid-range jumper and not find anything on that one. First time it's been tied since the first minutes of the first half. Smith comes back, and that's the first lead for the Wildcats in this game. And it comes just over a minute and a half into the second half. Gerhardt hands this one off to Brunson. Back to Couples. Little hesitation. Gets the defender to give him some space. And that's something you don't want to do with Eli Couples as he buries the three. And just like that, the Bruins have the lead once again, 42-41. They did that a lot in the first half. The Wildcats would claw their way back into the game, and Bruins come up with a big shot. I believe the largest the lead has been 8. So it's been a close game throughout. Garrick, spin around, up off the glass, soft touch for two. Kenny Garrick gives the Bruins a 3-point cushion. Back in the corner, 3-point shot on the way. Off the front iron, no good. And that will be Bruins possession here. Garrick hands this one off to Couples. Back to Pouncey. Pouncey back to Couples, who takes the three and got it to go. It is going to be 3. So Couples helping the Bruins go on an 8-2 run here. That one misplayed briefly by the Wildcats, but they get it back. Woolridge. Back outside, three-pointer on the way is short. Hollenhead able to get the offensive rebound. And again, the Bruins, throughout the first half, that really was a struggle for them to maintain the big fella down low. Ethan Smith from the elbow. Back to Machida. He takes the mid-range jumper. Gerhard is able to pull it down. Couples stops, takes the three once again. Oh, that one's short. Couples was hoping for 3 straight threes on his last shots, and Couples going to be called for the reach-in foul. Fans don't agree, and I am joining them as well. Looked like he had a clean pick from behind, and that's going to be the second foul on Couples. Third team foul already in the first almost 4 minutes of play here from the Fieldhouse. One blocked, and everybody going to the floor for it now, and Couples was down and bodies were hitting the floor. I believe we are going to have a media timeout here, so they'll take the time to scrub up the sweat off the floor. 47-41 is our score with 15:52 remaining. Fans, check out the Bruins website for all the latest information on your BJU Bruins. It's BJUBruins.com. There you'll be able to see results of the games, feature stories on players and coaches, and so much more. That's BJUBruins.com. Six-point lead for the Bruins here in the second half. But the Wildcats not letting the Bruins pull away in this one. Ethan Smith, met by Garrett, gets it down to Hollenhead. Tried to go into the corner with it. Trying to find Calhoun there. Tipped away by Hayes Brush. Looks like we're going to have Cameron Lawson checking back into the game for the Wildcats. Hollenhead able to get the offensive putback himself. Wildcats come away with a bucket. Couples to Pouncey. Vanderhart hands this one off to Brush. Through the lane, back outside to Couples. Corner three on the way, no good. Pouncey, he'll take the three from the outside. And doesn't go. And now Garrick pulling this one away, trying to spark the fast break. Garrick coming in transition. That one poked away right to Pouncey. Across the Brush for three. Got it! Hayes Brush, it's 50-43. Just under 15 to go in this one. Nishida. Back to Calhoun. Little hesitation. Tried to go backdoor to Lawson. And intercepted that time by Pouncey, but that's going to stay Bruins possession as Pouncey tried to go full court to Couples. Couples back to Kenny Garrick, who throws it down. Smith back in the corner, and Calhoun's going to step on the line. So that will give the ball back to BJU. They lead 52-43. Biggest lead of the game so far for the Bruins. And this is around the time on Tuesday when they really started to blow things open against Brevard. This is where, when you have this kind of lead, you want to build on it. Good job by the Wildcats that time. This one coming across, and it'll be another turnover for Johnson and Wales. Good job by Calhoun to steal the inbounding pass. But then the Wildcats give it right back. Brush tried to go cross court to Garrick. And Brush had kind of an open lane going towards the rim. Goes back to the Wildcats. Bruins back in that 2-1-2, almost a 2-3 zone. Lawson through the mid-range. That one intercepted by Brush. He had it poked away, and now Vanderhart gets it back. And wisely says, let's slow it up for a little bit. Back to Garrick. He'll take the three. No good. Scoop shot on the way. That doesn't go. Vanderhart able to pull down the rebound. Talking to some guys at halftime here who came up to the broadcast booth, and the word that we all used for this game is physical. It has been a very physical game, back and forth. Brush for three, no good. And now a 4-on-1, an alley-oop the other way, and that'll be a basket for the Wildcats. Timeout here, 52-45 with 12:41 to play. Stay with us here in the Fieldhouse. (52-45) here in the second half. It's the Bruins welcoming Johnson and Wales University to the Davis Fieldhouse. Hey, folks, Johnny Gamet bringing you the action here. Bruins hoping to pick up win number 2 on the 2023-24 season. Also would encourage you to check out the Bruins website as the women's soccer and women's volleyball teams both playing for the Division II National Championship today. Start times and webcast information, all those links available at bjubruins.com. 10 on the shot clock as that one poked away. Brush back in the corner for Pouncey. He'll take the 3 and knock it down from the corner. 10-point lead for the Bruins, largest of the game so far. But we have said lead several times in this game, and the Wildcats have always found their way back into it. Back in the corner, Lawson. He'll take the corner 3. No good. Pouncey coming back the other way. He'll slow things up wisely and gives it back to Couples. Back in the corner, Pouncey from the opposite corner. No good. Back inside, fadeaway jumper on the way is good. Back to an 8-point game. 55-47. Vanderhart. And we're going to have a foul called here. Trying to see who they assess that one to. Looks like it's on Adwale Ahome. That's his first team foul, number 2. And it'll take us to another media timeout. 55-47. Stay with us. .13 to go here in the second half. Bruins maintaining an 8-point lead. They led for a majority of it. But again, credit the Wildcats as they have been able to come back time and time again throughout this game. And another turnover there leads to another Wildcat possession. Thought about a 3 there for a second. Back up top. Now the 3 ball on the way. Got it to go is Brandon Cherry. Back to a 5-point lead, 55-50. As again, we talked about at the top of the broadcast, Bruins coming into the season with back-to-back losses and then a win. Johnson and Wales, it was back-to-back wins and then a loss. So both teams looking to right the ship. And in the Bruins' case, keep the ship going in the right direction. Couples is going to take a seat. Was a foul that was assessed there. Again, I'm not seeing it on the scoreboard per se. I think it was called on Nathan Machida. Third team foul for the Wildcats as we reach the halfway point of the second half. Good job by Pouncey. Tried to absorb a lot of contact on that one, and a lot of fans wanting a foul and didn't get it. Lawson, his mid-range jumper on the way is good. Cuts it back to a one-possession game. How many times have we said that on the broadcast? Gerhardt hands this one off to Brunson. Little hesitation. Back inside. Great give and go on the pick and roll there by Brunson and Gerhardt. And Camden Gerhardt especially. Great to see him more involved in the lineup this season, as he has battled a lot of injury and other things throughout his career here with the Bruins, but good to see him in the lineup this season and playing more of a pivotal role. He gets his third foul there, though. And it's the 14th foul for the Bruins as we're in single digits for time and a 5-point lead for the Bruins. Wooldridge gets this one back up top. Through the lane. Soft touch, no good. Brunson leading the charge the other way. Back to Pope. Pope. Skip pass back to Garrick. Back to Pouncey, who will take the three. No good. And we're going to have a travel. Inbound to Pope, who will bring it up for the Bruins. Garrick back to Gerhardt. Has that one poked away. Big fella going to work, and he gets it to go. Lawson. Skip pass over to Wooldridge. Hollenhead, that one no good this time. Gerhardt back to Pouncey. Great pass and a great find and finish. Back to a 9-point game, 61-52. With under 8 minutes to go. Garrick coming back the other way. Tried to give it off to Pouncey there on a 3-on-1, and that went off the back iron, no good. It's going to go off of Garrick last, and it'll go back to the Wildcat substitutions coming in. And we're going to have a media timeout on the floor. Under 8 to go. And a 9-point game. See if the Bruins can hang on. 7:35 to go here in the second half. Bruins with a 9-point lead. Hoping to hold on for win number 2 on the season. Lawson, mid-range jumper on the way is good. Lawson has been a difference maker for the Wildcats in this one. He's kept them in it. Vanderhart gets it at the top of the key. He'll hand this one off to Brunson. Brunson has had a relatively quiet day. Vanderhart will take the 3 from the top of the key. And we're going to have a foul on Pope. As I mentioned before, Bruins have 3 straight road games coming up. 2 exhibitions and then a rematch on December 1st against Brevard College up in Brevard, North Carolina. Vanderhart gets it at the top of the key. Brunson. And that's going to be a foul called on Lawson. Pope will have it at the top of the key. 6.5 to go. Bruins continuing to maintain that slim cushion as Couples get a lot of contact going through the lane, and I think a little miscommunication there between Couples and Pope. Garrett gets this one back. Back to Couples. We'll take the 3. Got it! (64-56). You keep waiting for that one sequence for the Bruins, or that one run that can put this one out of reach, and thus far the Wildcats have not allowed the Bruins to do it. Pope. And we're going to have a reach-in call on Ethan Smith. That's, I believe, just the first on Smith. But it's team foul number 5. Both teams getting close to that bonus, but with 5:41 to go, somewhat expected. Brunson uses the left hand and gets the finger roll to go. Back to a 10-point game. That one blocked. Hollenhead slamming it down. But I will say the Bruins have been able to keep him relatively quiet in the second half. Couples has it. Under 5 to go. Through the lane. A lot of contact. Back to Garrett. And they're going to call Garrett for stepping on the out-of-bounds line. So it'll go back to the Wildcats. The final 5 minutes of this one. Can the Bruins hang on? 66-58. Machida gets this one back, and Vanderhart going to step in front. I think that was just a matter of Vanderhart stepping in the wrong place at the wrong time. There's certainly no intentionality there, but the two of them had a pretty hard collision going through the lane there, and pretty obvious foul. Just the second one on Vanderhart. Team foul number 6. Last foul the Bruins have to give. Gerhardt able to bat that one back out of bounds on the inbound play. Lawson takes the three. No good. Brunson skies for the rebound. And that's going to be tipped away. It'll stay Bruins possession. 4.5 to go. And again, at some point here shortly, the Bruins need to remember that the clock is on their side and the scoreboard right now is on their side. So no sense in trying to force something. Brush. It's going to be a timeout by the Bruins. Good play that time as Brush hit the floor, and Gerhardt very quickly turned and gave the timeout sign to the official. (66-58). And again, at this point, if I'm Coach U or Coach Miller, I'm drawing up something that will milk a lot of clock while also getting a high percentage shot at the end of this sequence. That's really what you can hope for as an offense every time you get the possession now from here on out. You want to come away with as much clock taken off, but also coming away with a good high percentage shot as well. And then defensively, you've just got to limit what the Wildcats have been doing, particularly in getting open three-point looks. We'll see if the Bruins can hang on. 4:22. Bruins do have the ball on the inbound. And a fresh 19 seconds on the shot clock. Good give and go there, getting that high percentage look. It's a 10-point game with just over 4 minutes to go. And when you have a wide open look like that, you take it every time. No good. Gerhardt will get the rebound. Job by Couples. Bringing this one up the floor over to Brush. Hands this one off to Couples, who will take the three. Off the front iron, no good. It'll stay Bruins possession. As Pouncey and Garrick come in, Pope and Brunson go out. Subs coming in for the Wildcats as well. Garrick has this one poked away. Back come the Wildcats. Calhoun takes it himself, is fouled. And it's going to be on Hayes Brush. First one is no good. And again, if you're the Wildcats, the way you get back into this one is partly by being able to hit those free throws, and it's back to a single-digit game, 68-59. And we're going to have a a tie up here, but Bruins will maintain possession. Couples hands this one off to Garrick. Mid-range jumper on the way. Good job by Kenny Garrick. And again, a great possession that time for the Bruins, as they were able to take the entire shot clock and come away with points. 11-point game, 70-59. And a three-pointer from Calhoun on the outside cuts it back to an 8-point game. 2.5 to go. Garrick through the lane, back out to Brush. Pouncey. Back to Couples. 10 on the shot clock. Gearhart for three. How about the big fella from inside and outside? That might be the dagger that does it, as he knocks down a three with 2 minutes to go now. Wildcats trying to respond with a three. No good. Hollenhead gets the offensive rebound and lays it in, and we're going to have a timeout by the Wildcats. Camden Gearhart hitting the three from outside, but we're not done yet. Still a 9-point game, 73-64 with just under 2 to go. Stay with us. Bruins have the ball on the inbound, and the Wildcats applying the full court pressure here. Still not over, but pretty close if the Bruins can milk as much clock as they can and still come away with points. 10 on the shot clock. Pouncey takes Calhoun off the dribble, gives it to Gearhart inside. That one blocked, and back come the Wildcats the other way. And that one going to not find its way in, but Couple's going to be called for the foul here, and it will lead to 2 shots. (73-66). Brush gets it in. We're just over a minute to play here in this one. That one hit out of bounds by Wooldridge. Lawson re-enters the game for the Wildcats. Couples hands this one off to Pouncey. And a good basket there, which makes it a 9-point game. Machida. Three-pointer from the outside, no good. Pouncey ahead to Garrick. Garrick going to slow things up here. Skip pass over to Couples, back to Brush. And the Bruins going to try to milk this one here. And we're going to have a foul. That's going to send Couples to the line, and Couples is one of those guys that is pretty automatic when it comes to the charity stripe. Actually, no, it's not going to be free throws yet. Yeah, Couples a 90% free throw shooter on the year. Pouncey is going to be fouled. And now it will send the Bruins to the line. Pouncey hits the first. Makes it a 10-point game, and again, I expect the Wildcats to try to get something from three as quickly as possible. Pouncey goes out, Brunson comes in. Bruins applying the full court pressure to avoid the rolling the ball in and not having the clock stop. Or start, excuse me. Hollenhead trying to get this one. Gerhardt will pull it away, and I believe that will do it, and we're going to have a foul called here. And again, at this point, with an 11-point game with 21 seconds, I would be calling my guys off. This has the potential for a 13-point lead here. There's more substitutions coming in. Couples hits the first. And the second one is good as well. Three-pointer from Lawson, no good. Gerhardt will pull down the rebound. Over to Couples. Couples ahead to Brunson, and they will likely dribble this one out. That will do it. Our final score here from the Davis Fieldhouse. Bruins capturing the win, 79-66. And what was a hard-fought win for the Bruins. They were able to take the early lead, but the Wildcats never gave up, kept clawing their way back into the game. But some key shots down the stretch in the second half give the Bruins the victory. Again, your final score here from the Davis Fieldhouse. Bruins 79 and Wildcats 66 as the Bruins move to 2-2 on the season. Be sure to catch the post-game recap and interviews on our website at bjubruins.com. But for now, again, the final score 79-66. Bruins coming away with the victory. That's going to do it for us here on the production crew. I'm Johnny Gamet. Say goodnight, God bless, and always go Bruins.